What it do, yo? What it
What's
do?
cracking? What's cracking?
See, I got my arc joint on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, filthy, filthy. I gotta get me one of them joints right there.
Yeah, I got me and Nisha one. She got the white one. I got the black one.
Yeah, I gotta get one of them joints. Yeah, man.
It's kind of dope. These joints, and this is an extra large. This one run big, yo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
like, I probably could have got a large, but
Okay.
I mean, I'm cool with this one. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
want nothing to be too tight.
Too tight.
Like,
Yeah.
more fitting, but I don't want it to
Right.
be too tight.
Yeah, no, I got you.
It's always good to see financial information.
Yeah.
And like I said, you know, when we see things, you know, we come to the class, we chop it up, we bring it here,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, it's good to get other perspectives and information, because that also helps us in this whole trading journey, right?
Yeah.
I always tell you, information is key.
Yep.
Bottom line, he who gets the information first knows how to play it is going to reap the rewards.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So information is essential and is key. And that's why I tell people, say, you know, in order to be successful, you got to put the time in, man. You got to put the time in. You got to do the work. You got to not just get the information, but understand and know how to digest the information. And apply it to the right shit.
Yeah.
And in that way, you can see the financial gain, the benefit from it. You're like, you know what? You know, you start to recognize opportunities even faster by connecting those dots. Boom,
Right.
boom, 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 boom.
Right.
They said this, and this, and you know certain things to be true from other teachings and readings and seminars, and you know what I'm saying. And in that way, you start connecting them dots faster, and you could take advantage of those positions.
Yeah.
And you know, and we see this money, man, because I was just telling Crystal and the other group, I said, because she right now, that, you know, I think this week we should see a pop this week, and we wait till everybody get on to go over the economic news for the week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that plays an essential part of the markets and us getting back to some type of normalcy. You know what I'm saying? Is knowing what's coming up, knowing what's to come,
right?
Knowing what's going to be reported. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's going to help us get back to a sense of normalcy and help us get to these games.
Yeah. Kramer was talking about that too. Kramer said next week, same thing you were saying, that next week and
it should be a good week, man. I mean, you got all this economic data with home sales coming out next week.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was telling them about the price of lumber. I was like, man, this is crazy, yo. I should have been in the futures markets buying lumber.
Lumber. It's like crazy. You know, and I found out about that company down in Florida. They was telling us, they said, this was, the girl sent me emails like back in September. She said the housing market is going to start going up. So the prices that you saw for the houses last year ain't going to be like that next year. If you don't get in on this price, it could go up 15 to 20%.
And that's why the housing has been, I mean, depending on what area you're in.
Yeah.
The price of houses has been out through the roof, because to build a house right now is almost like twice the price it was from 2019.
Exactly.
You know right. Because of lumber. Because, you know, I was looking at right next door. Well, I'm in Atlanta now, at the other house in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But at the house,
I always know the couch, bro.
Huh?
You know, I always know what the couch.
Oh yeah. Hey, Innisbrook, man.
Innisbrook, boy, I know where you at when I look at the couch.
Yeah, because you did things you weren't supposed to do on that couch, Keith.
Say what?
You did things you weren't supposed to do on that couch.
Yeah, right. I had a water bed.
Right. There's a subdivision next to the house in Charlotte. It has a bunch of empty lots. So, you know, I had, knowing how the whole process is of building, I said, well, let me go ahead and see how much they selling these lots for. Yeah. So on the thing, one of agent. I want to find a company that the people that own it. So I called them, and on the site they had said the lot. Now, mind you, just the land was 60,000, right? So I look at the average homes in the area. The average houses range between 500 and 800,000, right?
Yeah.
So this is within a 5-mile radius.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool. I could build a house. So then I started looking at, the building costs and the materials, and I'm looking at blueprints.
Yeah.
Now I'm on the site. I look at blueprints from, and I'm like, well, shit. This one house, the one style I was looking at, this shit was like, it cost $350.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the price has went up 100%.
100% price
because of the cost of lumber.
Yeah,
and that's not even talking about whatever finishings you're gonna put on the inside
of you. Talk about that.
Sinks and tubs and you know what I'm saying? All that extra shit, the crown molding, and I'm like, God damn, it may cost me $400 to build,
just to build,
60 to buy. I'm in it $460,000. I gotta sell the shit for at least 600, 650. You know what I'm saying?
If I was a profit, you make a good profit.
I mean, don't give me you figure I give yourself 6 to 9 months to build. You figure if you can make 200,000 in 6 to 9 months, hey, that's a nice lick. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, I'm gonna hit his ass again because he ain't get back to me. I done called him like 4 times. So I'm like, if you're not trying to sell lots, just say that.
Yeah.
I can stop worrying because I'm worried the hell out you until you tell me yes or no. A no is just as good as a yes.
Yeah. Now I can move on to the next thing.
Right. I ain't got to be bugging your ass.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I was just telling him, I was like, yeah, I don't know if Mona coming on. She might be in her feelings today, yo.
I was gonna put a big piece of paper there and put washed.
They lose about 45 points.
48. But it was 48. No, 47. 47 points.
They got drug.
Got washed and ugly ass uniforms. So I was like,
stay on the bar chart joint. Fulio, what's up? What you doing, man?
Back off. He back on mute.
Oh, okay.
You know how you do.
Oh, yeah.
You see them commercials during the NCAA tournament for what's the name?
For who?
QQQ. They're
oh yeah, they've been running them joints kind of heavy. They've been running them joints kind of heavy, which is very interesting. You seeing commercials about investing in the QQQs.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna tell you something else that I've been paying attention to lately too is that Russell 2000. So the Russell 2000 is the small caps. Those are companies that think that they have gross revenues of 25 million or less. But those are the companies that's going to start appreciating and seeing some real good gains. You know what I'm saying? Depending, if we could, identify something that's in the right sector. Now I know if you look on if you ever go on your watch list, and they have there's so much information in this damn Thinkorswim is ridiculous. So you can look at they have different watch lists for so many different things. I said one thing I was gonna spend like most of the days is just going through every one of them.
Yeah.
And they got all the ETFs, cash settled futures, double long ETFs. I wonder what that is. That's interesting.
So what's that? Like 6 years? What's that? 6 years?
Like double long? Like what the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? Let me look at that list. Let's click on that and be nosy. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I'm gonna have to look that up.
That's gotta be like super long joints, long term joints.
No, I'm like, that's interesting. But they just have so many different. That's what I was looking for. The indices, the Russell 2000.
Yeah.
Which there's so many companies on here. But if you go ahead and I do.
I did tell you. I tell you I got that Viacom for I did a 2-week contract.
Get it. I know Crystal was looking at it, and I know I hopped back in it on Wednesday, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I hop back in. Yeah, Wednesday because Thursday it went up. It went up like 1,300.
Yeah.
Yesterday, it was kind of flat. Yesterday,
it's flat yesterday. Yeah, but the NCAA, I said, you know what, this would be a time to have it because it's going to run through this NCAA tournament.
But you know what's so crazy? So I'm looking at it. I'm trying to understand. Okay, so and hear me out with this one. So the first run up,
yeah,
right, they was talking about the whole Prince Harry, Meghan Markle interview with Oprah.
Oprah, right? Yeah.
So they got so much viewership, so much, you know, with that interview in the United States, and then you know the following day it was over across seas over in Britain, London, or whatever. And then right behind, so that was a run up in Viacom, and then them announcing that they sold out all of that advertisement for the March Madness tournament, right? So I'm thinking, what are some of the catalysts, or what could be some of the catalysts that can push Viacom up further than what it is now? And that's what we've got to look at. Good move. That's what we got to look at moving forward for it to be a viable play, because let's say it's at its top.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I put a stop loss on mine, right? And typically I don't even use stop losses. But I'm at the point now I'm locking in all my games.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't blame you.
But now there was a company, and it's so funny that I was looking at this on. Do you ever look at the IBD stuff that we got, the Investment Business Daily, and scroll through the different tabs? So I was looking at I'll be looking at so much shit. My fucking head be hurting. Is always something. I forgot what I was looking at, but I came across it was a stock screener, right?
Okay.
And just so happened this stock right here, SI Silvergate or whatever. Look what it did on Friday. It went up $14.
Wow.
So this I just started looking at this maybe Thursday.
Yeah.
I got to start looking. I'm gonna look at it some more. Because I'm like, what's going on with this? You know, and all these companies are in the Russell 2000. I don't know what's
right.
Let me see something. So when you look at this is I did the net change from top to bottom.
Right.
So, and this was another one, Master Strategy. I forgot the
44 points.
The sector or industry at their end. But they went up $45 damn near, right? Wow. And then you got RH, and I don't know, is that Restoration Hardware?
Right.
You know, that went up almost $30. And then you had Silvergate, and then I don't know what the rest of these companies are, but Novavax. I made a lot of money with Novavax. I'm so mad that I sold it, because when I was in it, it was at $40 stock.
Yeah.
It was at $228. So
the AE American Express. Is that American Express AE?
No, that's let's see what that is. That's Adams Resources.
Adams Resources, okay.
But this other one right here, SMBR, which is Sleep Number, the mattress company, made a lot of money with them. Sleep Number, and what's the other one?
What's the name? Damn. The one Dak what's the name commercial does the commercial with the mattress on that joint.
Purple. No, the other company's called Purple, PRPL. That's the other company. So Sleep Number and Purple, they both are top of the line mattress companies with the whole, you know, mattress sheet.
Yeah.
Made money with Purple, and I made money with Sleep Number. I might start looking at those as other alternatives to tech. Right. Because everything doesn't always have to be tech. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we've just been tech heavy with a lot of stuff lately. But sometimes you want to just look at other industries, other sectors.
Yeah.
Because there are opportunities there as well. You know what I'm saying? Like tech ain't the only thing moving, and then everything in tech ain't always moving.
That's very true.
But yeah, this is a Russell 2000, so I'm not gonna. It's just I'm just scanning through, just looking at something. But yeah, so this watch list gives you crazy information, you know, like the NASDAQ 100, Russell mid caps, micro caps, S&P 100, 400, 500. Like you could look up watch lists for all kinds of things on here, which is crazy.
Yeah.
The top 10% gain on the NASDAQ, top 10% gain on the New York Stock Exchange. Like it's most active. I mean, it's just it's so much information. There's no reason. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, we can hold on, let me go back to let me go back to I want to look at so this week I'm gonna be heavy on that's Restoration Hardware. You ever been inside that joint?
Nah.
Man, yo, they got some dope furniture and accessories in there.
Really?
Expensive as fuck. You know, I be loving that furniture shit. So I was like, yo, they got some real nice. I mean, you gonna pay. Restoration, like RH.com, go on their website. Anybody, like you look at that stuff, they got put like this. They remember back in the day they had the ESPN zone in Buckhead in Atlanta.
Yeah. We go all the time.
That building is Restoration Hardware now.
That whole building?
That whole building.
Oh shit.
So they took over the whole building and made it like different floors.
Yeah.
The whole building is Restoration Hardware. It looks so different when you come by it. I mean, because it looked like a damn castle, like a expensive ass house. Like, you know, but you know, they into home furnishings. They just got
right.
Shit is dope. So yeah. I'm just mad. Like I be seeing how you be tracking stuff, but you know.
You say you like, damn, I should have put money into that motherfucker.
Can't take advantage of everything, man. I swear that's the thing. You want to look at even on your watch list that we create, like who's moving. That's why I say, yo, if they not performing, get them up out of here.
Right, yeah. For real.
Ain't no sense in me putting, you know, our hard-earned money into investing into a company and they not performing for us.
Yeah.
If you don't want to act right, scram.
Gotta
you know
go.
what I'm saying? Beat it.
Gotta go.
Yeah, you got to get to stepping. You know what I'm saying? Because my money need to be somewhere that's gonna be working for me while I'm not looking at it.
For real.
So, but yeah, this week, so this is the list of calculator. My scratch pad. Oh damn, what happened? Oh, hold on. Shit done disappeared on me. What happened?
Yo, that same shit that happened. That's what I was looking for right before I got on the line with you. With my Yahoo, it knocked out all my watch list.
Yeah, I had my scratch pad was up here. Well, you got on Monday you got existing home sales. As far as economic news. On Tuesday you got new home sales report, and you know I can go to. Matter of fact, that'll be even better. Let me just go to the calendar. I ain't got to try to remember this shit.
Said, I think AMC they gonna report on Tuesday too.
Who?
I think AMC. No, not GameStop.
Oh, GameStop reporting on Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's
all. They got Keisha Bottoms on this Wall Street, Bloomberg Wall Street.
What's she talking about now? She always on there talking about something, man. They're talking about the Asian hate crimes, and they had the AAPI on there, which is unfortunate. That dude just wilded out talking about he had some type of sex addiction.
Yeah.
Or I mean, you know, but it's this is what I say. It's very interesting that he was captured alive.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So that just tells me you know how to capture somebody.
Yeah.
They shoot first, ask questions later. You know how to capture somebody.
Exactly.
All right. So this is the economic calendar for this week. You know, you can always go on here.
Yeah.
You can do it for the day, next week.
Yeah.
Month tab in here, but you know, it's just good to look at it for the weekly, so you kind of get an idea of what's going on for the week.
Yeah.
So this week we're looking at existing home sales, right? That's going to be key. Forecast is 6.49 million. The previous was 6.69. So if it comes at this number or above, positive news for the market.
Right.
And that's going to be month to month. Well, this is the month to month, and then this is the month of February. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what that looks like.
Right. Right.
Tuesday, let's look at what's going on Tuesday. So Tuesday, you got new home sales month to month, and you got the month of February. So month over month, it is the month of February is 876,000 is a forecast, but the previous month was 923,000. So, like I said, if it meet or beat, that's gonna be good news. That's gonna be, and like I said, with the price of lumber and all this construction going on, listen.
Ken Word is bond. They had it on the news out here yesterday. There were people buying houses out in Long Island. They waiting in lines of like 100 and 200 people deep. They waiting 3 hours to visit a home to look inside.
Yeah. Dog, I'm telling you, new home sales are crazy right now. It's bananas. That's why I was like, shit. For people who are realtors, anybody in that real estate in that lane right there, they making money hand over fist because everybody buying houses. Yeah, it's a lot of disposable income.
Yeah,
people,
man.
People who are working, they getting bread right now. You know what I'm saying?
They trying to gentrify more and more areas. You've got a spot in Jersey City with a barbershop downstairs and 2 apartments above it. The joint's worth $600. That she got an offer on the first day. And the first day, $650,000.
I'm trying to build out. I just had the roof put on the other house in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Well, not this one, but the other one.
The other one, brick house.
So now, I gotta get with because I got Gary boy. His boy, he did the roof. He finished the roof and knocked it out from yesterday. I get with him probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
For him to do the basement. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make that house into 2 units.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that area is crazy. Like the area is crazy. Like, when I put the house up for rent, I might have had maybe, probably within a month's time, I had maybe 30, 40 calls.
Wow.
About people wanting to rent. And then once I looked at the Section 8 option,
right.
I mean, the day I was on Section 8 doing, discussing the property, that day I had 8 people that want to apply that had their certificates ready to move in.
And one thing they gonna always get their money. You gonna always get your money.
And but the only thing about dealing with Section 8 is they 1099 you. So
okay.
I'm like, damn, now you want me to pay taxes on the money I received?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Goddamn. Yeah, you need to give me some more money then.
Right, exactly. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so they, and it's not a rent control state. Georgia's not. So the good thing is, let's say I got a property, and Section 8 is gonna, let's say Section 8 is gonna pay me on this 3-bedroom and go by zip codes and go by county. So they're gonna pay me, let's just say $1,200. Now I can still rent the house out for. I'll just use my property. I get $1,700 a month, right? Now, if I was Section 8'd, Section 8 would have paid me $1,400, and then the tenant will be responsible for the remainder.
The difference,
so the difference of whatever Section 8, but Section 8 direct deposit every month. Bop, 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 bop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The question about that money is coming every month, but then at the end of the year, they're gonna give you a 1099.
Right.
We done paid you.
That's right.
$100. So you have to pay taxes on that because that's capital gains. But there's ways to offset that by, like I said, the roof cost. So that shit was $9,500. You know what I'm saying? Put a new roof on that motherfucker. So to do this basement is probably gonna run me about, I don't know, maybe 30,000, 40,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I know over time I'll get that back.
You get it back.
Space in the house because
you gotta wait so many years to get that damn money back. That's the part that
but check this out. It's going to increase the value. The house is worth like $440 now. So shit, it's worth $440. And that's with them not even taking into account the basement.
Yeah.
But once I put that on there as livable space, now I got another 1,700 square feet.
Yeah.
They got to add on to the value.
That's mean.
That's going to push it up to about 600.
Right. Yeah. That's mean right there for sure.
and it's on an acre lot.
Wow.
My joint went from the front street to the back street. The whole joint, I could really split that joint in two and build another house on the other side.
Another house. That's crazy.
But that is going to take some planning, and you got to get all types of. I mean, because it's on a slope, so
Yeah.
that, engineers, ain't nobody got time for that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but so back to what we were saying was basically about the price of lumber with new home sales.
Mhm.
I think Monday and Tuesday should be some good days in the market, some good news in the market. Lord knows we need it. Wednesday, something goes on. Oh, here you go. It was durable goods. So you got your core durable goods. That falls in line with your discretionary. And then what's this? It says Fed Chair Powell testifies. What is he testifying against? What he got going on? I'm tired of his ass.
Well, him and what's the name they're gonna be on Janet Yellen. They're gonna be testifying to the
okay, to the Senate.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
they
well, we already know he's not raising rates, so as long as he don't say nothing retarded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't need no negative news on
not one goddamn bit. Not one goddamn bit.
You got crude oil inventory, so
I'm looking on it right now. Crude oil that shit is showing right
going
now.
up.
It's going up like a motherfucker. I got it on the bar chart.
Yeah. No,
up like crazy.
I went to get some gas to this a little while ago.
Yeah.
And I was at a quarter of a tank. It still cost me $40 to fill it up.
Yeah, bro. I was like, yo, how much shit?
Gas is high. Yeah. They talking about gas is going to $4 a gallon.
I'm telling you.
Man, listen. I thought we had a surplus here. What's going on, Spell?
Yeah, yo.
What's going on, gents?
Hey, what's going on, good? What's going on, bro?
Spellman got beef with y'all. He said y'all be doing too much lollygagging on the
Yo, Keith.
I'm gonna throw him under the bus. He said y'all be doing too much talking and don't be getting down to the business.
Wow.
So Keith, I didn't say those exact words. I'm gonna say them to my words. I ain't gonna run from what I said. What I said to Kenny was that if we could be a little bit more focused.
I just gave you the condensed version.
Kenny said, no, you gave him the version that what people want to fight me. The version.
The cliff notes. The cliff notes.
Yeah.
I said this is a relaxed atmosphere. We gonna do what we do.
Yeah.
You know, if you got questions, ask the questions. We get right to the point. So they're gonna testify. Powell he already done said enough last week. You know what I'm saying? I don't need him doing no more talking. So hopefully,
just shut up.
Yeah, just shut the hell on up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, even though it's good that he's not raising interest rates, but that wasn't the concern. The concern is his goddamn yield rate on the 10-year treasury. That is the concern. You know what I'm saying? That joint was at 1.745 on Friday. I was like, no, was it Thursday? Well, Thursday and Friday. Thursday. At 1.7. I was like, Lord Jesus, can I get a break?
Let me put these clothes in dry. Y'all got it.
All right. What's going on Thursday? So we're going over the economic news for the week. What's being, what are some things that can affect the market as far as the economic data that comes out and what's being reported. So you got new home sales, you got existing home sales. Like you said, you see the Fed chairs testifying on Wednesday, along with crude oil inventories. And then Thursday, what's going on Thursday? Fed Chair Williams speaks, but he ain't nobody. GDP, quarter over quarter report. So if GDP, the previous quarter was 4.1, forecast is at 4.1. Let's see what that is. Price index was at 2%. So, and initial jobless claims. If we can get that under 770,000, that's good news, because what that's going to tell us is that people are getting back to work. You know what I'm saying? So we can get them initial jobless claims to be up under 770,000. that's going to be a good look. So, it's some things coming out this week that, hey, it looks promising. It looks promising for a good, positive week. So let's just keep our fingers crossed and hopefully no surprises. What's going on Friday? Let's see what's happening on Friday. On Friday, you got goods trades balance. It's not really nothing. You got retail inventories, ex auto, not really nothing. CPI, your core price index. So that can affect the market. Personal spending. Well, shit, Joker's got them stimmies. Yeah, that's the funniest thing we was talking about the other day. I mean, today. I'm like, yo, even CNBC and a lot of these professional news outlets, they talking about the stimming. They don't even call it the stimulus. See how black culture has an effect on the market?
And the culture.
They culture vultures. We can't have nothing for ourselves. So that is the economic data coming. Oh, the federal budget balance and the U.S. federal budget balance is coming out tentatively on Friday. I don't know about that one. That's an important report as well. I was telling them, Steve, that even on a lot of these professional financial news outlets, they was using the term stimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, yo, we can't have nothing to ourselves.
Nothing, not a goddamn thing.
They love our culture so bad, but they don't love us. That's what they said. I seen that somewhere. I don't know where I was looking at. I said, oh, that's facts right there.
Sean, what up, man?
Anything with something with 3 stars on it, it could be high volatility. It can cause high volatility in the index. So that's just the way of reading these this economic data. 2 stars, moderate volatility. 3 stars, high volatility. These are things that can affect the market and move on. So let's always keep an eye out, or keep it in, keep it on your shoulder that, okay, this can possibly have an effect on what the market does today. So that is your weekly news of economic data. Which I want to go over. Anything in specific? Hold on. Oops, let me get a part of that. Shy, what's up? You on the road back? You home? What you got going on?
He driving.
Oh yeah. I know he went to go see moms.
Oh, okay.
Fam.
Not Walmart. I ain't putting my money for Walmart.
Hey, yo, Kenny.
What's up?
Can we go over? We talked about the alerts, but it was something more specific though. Over like maybe hedging and support and resistance.
Not right here, brother. All right, hold on. Let me get some drink in my cup. Let me get some water. Give me 2 seconds.
Already on it. What you need, babe? Kitty, can you throw me the charger down for my computer?
Let's make lots of money.
Keep looking for Mona to pop on here so I can say, get washed.
Mona ain't fooling with us today.
Yeah, she don't want none of this evil pride today.
She don't want to have to cuss nobody out. telling you.
The Norfolk State win yesterday?
They got washed. That's what I just said. They got washed almost by 50.
They got punished.
Almost by 50.
Hey, yo, I'm going to tell you what was interesting is that if you watch that game and them damn Gonzaga players look like giants to damn Norfolk State,
yo,
they have a chance in hell.
Yo, that kid that's
was the size of Gonzaga's guard.
The dude that's gonna be the number top 5 pick for Gonzaga. He played with Master P's son in high school in Minnesota.
What happened?
The kid that's gonna be like the top 5 pick from Gonzaga. He played on Master P's son's team in Minnesota, in Minneapolis.
Not the dude Suggs.
Suggs, him, yeah, Jalen Suggs.
Yeah, he was a beast.
But Master P was talking about him, you know, in the sons who's a point guard. You know, that's how Master P talking. Point guard. I was like, yo, can you please say point guard?
Yeah, he was a beast. He's a beast.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing for Shimona. Shit, they beat us, and they went to the tournament. What can we say?
Well, we've been the past 3 years, 4 years, so we can't say nothing. But still, we ain't get beat by almost 50.
No,
50. Got punished. Oh, excuse me, Sean, that's your squad too, Sean. I'm sorry.
Sean knew Norfolk State too.
Nah, Sean ain't going no damn Norfolk. He went to School of Hard Knocks.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. All right. I thought he was talking about them brother last time we had that conversation. All right. So
I kept your company while y'all was in the class.
What you showing us your ear for?
Where's we at?
All right.
Now, what you want to
go over is what's the name?
What was you interested in, Spellman?
Yeah, just sort of being able to, understanding how to define or establish your support and your resistance by using the charts.
So there are multiple ways to do that. So
yep.
The easiest way, I'm gonna give you the easiest, and then I'm gonna go backwards. So the easiest way is to go on bar chart, right? So let me just walk you through that step.
Got that joint up right here. Bar chart ready to go for you.
Bar chart is going to give you it's so much information on here. It's crazy, right? So what like give me a company.
Deer. Cat, because I'm on that infrastructure.
There you go.
So let's say Caterpillar, right?
Cat, big cat.
So you look at you type in Caterpillar, and then what you do is on the left side of on the left column on the left side of the page, there's a whole bunch of tabs here. So if you go under Trader's Cheat Sheet, right? So you click on Trader's Cheat Sheet, and this is what pops up. So what you do is you look at this, and it tells you a lot of technical analysis. So it gives you your RSI, gives you what a 52-week high is, but we're mostly concerned about is resistance and support.
Yep.
Now, I don't know how they come up with their resistance and support. They have an equation. I don't know what that equation is. Don't really care because they just give you the information, right? So what you can do is you can plot these points on your chart for pivot point first level of resistance, pivot point second level of resistance, third level of resistance, right? They do them in 3 stages. Same thing with support. First level of support, second level of support, third level of support. So now you have data to pinpoint and identify your support and resistance level on your chart. So you could take these levels and then go to your chart, and then you can make your lines on your chart, right? And that'll be your support and level, your support and resistance. Now, this damn hat is giving me a fucking headache. I think it's too tight. My head getting big or something. So, and that's the easy way, right? Now, what I do, I look at it from, I let the charts dictate what my supporting level is. So let's go here. And sometimes it may be in similar territory or as what bar chart says.
What'd you just type in? You just typed in cat, right?
Yeah. So this is the caterpillar chart.
Yeah,
right?
I could. I'm on my phone.
And as you can kind of see, I already have plots on here for support and resistance, right? So let me make this bigger. Let's do this. I don't want to go that far. Go this far. All right. So when I pull up the chart, one, I'll go back in time. So I'm going to come back up. Go this way. This caterpillar has been appreciating. So I'll go ahead. So let me do this. Let me just do this. Make it deeper here. All right. So this is around November, December. So what I would do is I look at the daily chart, because the bigger the frequency on a chart, right, the bigger you see the direction of the company. The smaller the frequency on a chart, it shows you what's happening in a shorter time frame, right? So like if I look at the weekly or I look at the monthly, it shows me the direction of the chart month to month or week to week, right, over a period of time. And that shows you the direction of the chart from looking at the big picture. As we go in closer and look at maybe the hourly or the 30-minute, that shows us what's going on maybe for the day, right? So what we want to look at is we're more concerned with the bigger picture of where the stock is going for the future, over months, over years, right? What direction that the chart is telling us. So I look at the daily chart, right? Because I can see what it did each day, right? Because that gives me a better indication for the way that I trade. Daily charts do. They give me a better look at what the stock is doing, and what direction it's going in. If it's going up or it's going down, or if it's trading sideways. So I make it a habit of plotting the highest point, maybe within a particular week, or if it's reached the highest point of an up day, right? For the most part, I don't really do chart down days because it's going down. Now, even though sometimes the open can be higher, the close was down. So it was below the open. You know what I'm saying? So that candle was going to be red. So I typically don't look at those as chart candles for when I'm lining my support and resistance. So as you see on this chart here, anytime I've charted something that was on a green candle, right, at the highest point. So on this day in December, the high was 183.81. So that's my line. That line is 183.81, right? And then it went up. You see how it touched it, came down, touched it, came down. That's how I know it was support. You know what I'm saying? So then it broke through that line on January the 5th. And then it went up on January the 6th.
So that's your new support.
This is the new support. So what happens is support becomes resistance, like resistance becomes support. So whatever you put down as a resistance level can become your support line once the stock goes up. When the stock goes down, that support line can become your resistance.
Right.
Because the market has memory. It remembers where buyers and sellers were arguing. The buyers and sellers were arguing here. They get up, nah, we want to go up. No, I want you down. We want to go up. Nah, we going down. They beefing until the buyers won and it pushed the stock up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way the stock goes up is if you got more buyers than sellers. You know what I'm saying? So overwhelmingly, and that's why with this chart, I have the volume in color coded. So the green, of course, are buyers. The red, of course, are sellers. Yeah. That yellow line is the average amount of volume on a daily date. You know what I'm saying? So if I come to this bar right here, right, that was that January 6th date, I could look at my chart and be like, okay, on January 6th, we had 8
insurrection.
That's right. What we had. Right. You know it was 8 million shares traded. On our average daily was 3.2. So that's overwhelmingly a lot more than the average, right? And we see what that did. That's called price volume, right? Your price volume, your price and your volume are relative to each other. You know what I'm saying? Price is not going to go up if the volume is going down. So, and vice versa. So this day, it hit a high of 197.28. I made that and plotted that because that was the high. Now, had it went up another higher, I'd have plotted that one too.
But if you how do you plot, Kenny? How do you plot?
Well, on Thinkorswim, you go to your drawings, and then your, and then your drawing tool, they give you a whole bunch of different icons for you to click. You know what I'm saying? So now the icon, this pin icon, if I click anywhere on the chart, it automatically, the way I got it set, it's going to give me a small dotted line in the color that I choose, and it's going to put the price at the end of that line. So no matter where I go, that line is going to always be there with that price, right?
Got it.
So if I want to adjust it, I can just right click on it and remove the line. Hold up. Right click on it and remove the line. And I can make the extension go left or right, or just go with the flow, right? So as I move over to the right, the best way to know what the stock has done is always look to the left. Look to the left and it gives you the history, right? If you start over here, you see what's going on for the day. But if I look to the left, I see what went on over time, right? And it shows you, boom, this is my support level. This is my support level. This is my resistance, because on the 6th, this is the high we hit. Now, mind you, we hit a high right here, but it didn't sustain it. You know what I'm saying? So now you can hit your resistance levels, but if it doesn't sit there and that becomes support, it's going to push it back down. And look what it did. It pushed it back down. And where did it push it to? It pushed it to the support level.
The old support, right?
The support that I plotted way back in December the 4th, it hit it again and stuck there before it started going back up. And that's why I say stocks have memory. They know where the buyers were. They know where the sellers were. I know if I go around this corner, they're going to beat me up and take my sneakers, right? So when I go around the corner and it happens, I know what's going to happen. They know when they hit this support level, there's trouble coming or there's going to be help. You know what I'm saying? So, and as we keep moving forward, same thing goes on, right? Hold on. Let me do this and then make the chart so it's legible. Same thing goes on. Now it comes back to the resistance again. Still buyers and sellers is beefing again. Like they beefing on support, they beefing on the resistance until somebody wins. Who gonna win? The buyers won. And look at that day. If you look at that candle, right? That candle right there, you see what that bar on the volume is. 3.7 million shares traded on an average daily share traded of 2.9. So of course, the buyers won, right? Out of all them shares traded, the buyers won. But it's hovering around that resistance. So now that resistance has what? Became support. And now this is a support level until we make a new resistance. So it went up here. I plotted that. That was at 211.46, right? On this candle. But guess what? The next day it went up again. And then it went up again. And then it went up again up to 226. So I said, I don't have to plot every time it go up because it's in a cycle, right? So I'm gonna plot from the time that it retreats back. So the next day it retreated back. So the previous day is where I plot because that was the highest it got. So then I plotted that at 226. But the first plot from the retreat from the previous retreat was at 211. So between 211 and 226 is now my support and resistance. And we see it again. Boom, it goes down. It came down where? 211. Even though it went through it, it went as low as 208, but it hung around at 211. And what it started doing? Going right back up. The sellers came in and pushed it down. The buyers was like, all right, I'm enough for your ass already. We going back to the upside. And it went on this little trek onto the upside. And then on this day, it pushed above the 226, right? Now, can it support? Can it be sustainable? Well, let's make this so we can see it. Oops, hold on. So let's do this. Oops. Let me get rid of that line. Hold on. We'll drag it down so we can see it better. So once it went through, they still hovering around this line. He makes a run right here. The next day they make a run, right, to 237. Now, mind you, here's another place I plot, right? Because I don't plot the down day, I plot the up day. Because to me, that's where the resistance is going to hold. That day, the high was 234.30. So I look for 234.30. I sit there, I plot it, I edit, I make my little 234.30. If I want to change the dotted lines to longer dotted lines, I can do that. Different color. So I can see the difference between this one and this one, right? So now we see what happened the day after. It dropped down. Where did it drop down back to? That 226. So this is my new support and resistance. Now, guess what? If it don't hold at the new support, right? Because the new support is a 226. Come Monday, if it goes through this, the next level of support is 211. It really could be this right here, right? You know why it could be 218? Because of this candle right here. If I come over to this candle right here, that was a high for the day. The high for that day, because it was an up candle, was 218.87. I could plot that, right? But I see it's already made a trek down to this 211 and made a trek back up. But this is still a level to be conscious of, because no matter what, whenever you're looking at the day or the minute or the 15 minute or the 1 hour, always look to your left. It tells you the history. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get rid of this line. I don't know how I click this right here. I didn't move that. If you always look to your left, it tells you the history of the chart. It tells you the history of what's been going on. So you can always look and say, okay, I know this is a line to be conscious of, but this was a major support level right here. So right now we're at this resistance or we're at this support, because right now it's in between. You know what I'm saying? Until it breaks through and holds, that's when it becomes one or the other. So that's how you look at your support and your resistance. And then that helps you when you have identified it, it helps you with your trading range to know, okay, well, I don't want to buy up here. If I'm looking to get into it, I know this is a previous level. Now, mind you, it can go on a run like it did right here. It never came back to this level, right? It went on a run, but at some point in time, it's going to have to cool off. But I could look at it like, okay, well, this was a level. This was a level. Even that was a possible level, even though it dropped down and came back up. But look where it dropped down to. It dropped down to almost a 211. So we know this is a major support level, right? Because it retraced close to it and bounced back up. The sellers came in, but the buyers was like, nah. We're not doing that today. You know what I'm saying? We do that maybe some other day. We're not doing that today. And they kept it moving and they kept it pushing to where they went here, and the sellers like, all right, you done ran enough. Time for you to go back downstairs. You know what I'm saying? And then it kept going back down, and you see it came back to that level and then bounced back up. So looking to the left will always tell you what you need to see or what you need to know about as far as your support and your resistance. So you just always want to make sure that you see that.
So let me say you see that I have established my new support, new resistance. All right, okay, I'm on to something. Now, how do you go to the other ones to further? So you know what I mean, like to verify, you know what I'm saying? What you think is going on with your new support and resistance using the other charts. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so yeah, I see where we're at 211. Yo, it moved way above 211, you know, and it looks like maybe my new support might be somewhere around 218, somewhere there, blah, 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 blah. What else do I have in my arsenal, in my quiver to support my this new thought process?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You have everything you need in your candle. The candle tells you where the sellers came in or where the buyers came in. It tells you at what point. When you put your crosshairs on the candle and you look in this area right here, it tells you no matter where you at, if you look in that area, it tells you what the date, the open, the high, the low, and the close.
Right. No, I guess what I'm saying is there is something in, like, say, for example, the MACD that will now help.
That doesn't give you support or resistance.
I know it doesn't, but
right. Again, RSI, MACD, directional movement, no study gives you support or resistance. It's only going to give you direction, right? Your support and resistance only comes from your chart.
No, I got that. We've established that. Now we know where we think our support and resistance is, because now we're trying to determine when to buy or not to buy, right? When you're looking at support and resistance, maybe, right? So I'm just saying, is there anything in the other charts that could, not about resistance or support, that could also show trends or some trending to say, you know what, this is a good time to buy, or you know what, maybe
that's a different question, right? So that's not the same thing.
I guess what I'm saying is, how do the charts work together to confirm a thought that you may have or a strategy you may have? How do they work in concert?
It's for one, you got to identify the thought or the strategy. That's number one, because you just threw out 4 different thoughts and 4 different strategies, right? If you're looking to get into a position, several ways, right? You look at your Bollinger Bands. If your stock is riding the top part of your Bollinger Bands, that's not an entry, right? Because you want to, look to the left, like I said, and look to how the stock has performed within your Bollinger Bands. Now, if it never crosses the middle Bollinger Band, you know whenever it does hit the middle, that's an entry. And then you align that with your RSI. If the stock is overbought or oversold. If it's oversold, that means you need buyers to bring the stock back up, right? So if you look right here, this point at this mark right here, oops, I didn't mean to go that far down. Let me come down some more. Hold on. At this point right here, when it hit this support, look at what it was doing. It was down here on the RSI, it was going to oversold, right? Not until you hit this candle. Now, mind you, it's still in oversold. That means you need buyers to push it back up. Now, it's even
oversold or undersold. Oversold or undersold.
Oversold. That means there's a lot of selling in the stock.
Oh, right. Got you. Right. It goes above it. It's right. It's over the ball. I got you.
You can see that because it's not. This is just one study, right? You got your MACD, you got your directional movement. It's just one study. But now you got to talk the language of all of these studies, all of these indicators coming together, working as one, because you may get one indicator telling you, yeah, go, and then the other 3 or 4 saying, nah, we're not, it's not telling us. You know what I'm saying? To get total confirmation, everybody has to be saying the same thing, right?
Right.
And now, and in that, you may miss some gains, but if you want to be totally, completely sure about the entry, about moving in, then you want to make sure that you get at least 4 out of 5 indicators telling you the same directional movement. You know what I'm saying? Support and resistance just tells you if it's at support or if it's at resistance, right? It's not telling you this is the entry, but it can tell you that if you believe that this support will hold when the stock is coming down. If it holds, then sometimes you got to wait for the next candle, right, to give you confirmation because it hit it, but the next candle gave me the confirmation. You don't want to jump the gun and now it went here, but then it kept going. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The next candle gives you your confirmation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, boom, it hit it, it tapped support again, boom, started going to the upside, right? Even on your RSI, it went to oversold, but then you see the green line trend up. Now that's a signal, but it's still in the oversold territory. Your MACD was still in what they call a whipsaw. It was undecided. It's a signal, but it's not a signal. It's a signal, but it's not because it wasn't no clear-cut determination of the trend, right? Yeah. The directional movement doing the same thing. There wasn't a clear-cut direction on the trend. So you're going to have a up and down, up and down, up and down. You know what I'm saying? Until there's a positive confirmation and they all are up to the green side, that's the time to get in. Now, you look at this candle and be like, okay, well, it went from, what's this, 211 before you got a real, and mind you, you still don't have a real positive confirmation, right? That whole time it was at 211 and now we done went right back up, right? Let's do this. Let me make this candle smaller because I want to make sure we get this in here. It went back up from 211 to 226. That's a 10-point move. That's a 10. Actually, it's still going up, and there's still no guaranteed definite confirmation to the upside. So guess what happened?
That's crazy.
If you would have gotten it, and it's still going up, but guess what? Know what that tells me? That tells me that this stock has more downward pressure because nobody's saying, I'm not getting, look at this. Even this is selling right here, we're selling right here. Don't be surprised if Caterpillar drops back down to 211. Because you don't have no clear-cut confirmation that this is in an uptrend. But I do.
So you just answered my question, even though you said you couldn't answer my question. You gave that's exactly what I was looking at here, Kenny.
No, but I'm
because
using
you're looking at the
indicators for it. You know what I'm saying?
What I was asking. That's what I was asking. Like, how do you use those other indicators? Because again, if a novice comes in, be like, oh man, they look at this top one, this Bollinger, they'll be like, oh snap, like that's moving up. It's going up. It's going up. It's had just as many or bigger
That's why you don't
green days in red.
That's exactly why you don't use one indicator, because one indicator can fool you.
Right. And that's what I was asking. So then you go down to your MACD and all the other ones, and then that says, well, hold on, Mr. Novice, Mr. Beginner, it looks good, but all these other indicators say, yo, maybe that's you literally just did.
Because you don't want to hop in right here, right? And now it runs up and you think, oh yeah, I've made a good investment, but guess what? Now it starts running back down. And it maybe keep going down, right?
Yep.
So you want to make sure that the trend is a solid trend. It's not a ghost. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting confirmation down here that it's not telling me, it's not congruent amongst other indicators in totality. It's just like, okay, maybe one is telling me, well, maybe two is telling me, but I'm not getting at least four. I want at least 4 out of the 5 things I'm looking at, right? So I'm looking at RSI, I'm looking at MACD, I'm looking at directional movement. I'm looking at those 3. Now I'm looking at volume, right? And I'm looking at price. And then I'm looking at my Bollinger Bands. Okay, is it at the top Bollinger Band? Is it at the middle Bollinger Band? Is it at the bottom Bollinger Band? That's going to tell me if it's the time to jump. Now, can I jump out the window? You damn right. You can do what the fuck you want to do, right? But understand, it's not going off for no technical analysis.
So, as far as the Bollinger Bands, you want to be in between the top and middle. Is that a good place to be, or above the top Bollinger Band?
Like you look at the history of it, so you always look to the left. And if this has a history of always bouncing off the bouncing off the middle, you want to make sure that so that's a point of entry for you. If I see the price is around the middle Bollinger Band, then I can ride it up to the top Bollinger Band, right? If my other indicators is telling me it's a go.
Right.
Only when it hits this area will I get into this position. And that's where the discipline comes in. You know what I'm saying? You want to be disciplined so that you're just not just jumping out the window, losing, because you can lose money. And the object of the game is not to lose money, it's to gain money. And you want to be as sure as possible when you put your money into it.
Yep. And then because now just looking at this, I see that there's this dip right here on the Bollinger Band. You see the dip, and it correlates with the volume, right? A little bit. I mean, I know they don't tell you the same story, obviously, but there was a lot of selling on, these last couple of days of CAT, right? Which means that could be your downward pressure. That could be the downward pressure. It had a nice little run up. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It had a run up. So now you got people who's going to take profits. And while they're taking profits, guess what they're doing? They're selling their positions. That's going to drive the stock price down. So
which is a downward pressure.
How further can it go? We don't know. But it's going to reach a level where there's support. And then all the indicators that say, okay, you know what? Now is a good time for it to run up. You know what I'm saying? And that may be at the 211. Shit, that may be at the 218. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see, because right now I see a like this is the time to short the stock, because I see short indicators. This is telling me the red over green. That's telling me to sell. Even with this back D right here, that's still telling me to sell. This red look like it's about to cross this green on a directional movement. That's telling me to sell, right? So this is a possible short play. Same indicators we see play it long, same indicators we see playing it short.
Yep. You know
what I'm saying? And we just want to make sure that we're on the right side of the trade so that we can gain from that position. And that's how we look at it, because it's already hit the top Bollinger Band. Typically, the middle is your average price of what it should be trading at, right? So anything outside of the Bollinger Band at the top part is overpriced. You know what I'm saying? This is your average price being around this middle Bollinger Band. It's always said that the price will always retreat back to this middle Bollinger Band. Now, the Bollinger Bands move with the price. So sometimes the Bollinger Bands start moving up from the middle part, and then that makes your top Bollinger Band also wider. And then your price makes more sense when it's around that middle Bollinger Band. But if it's going to use it as support, then when it hits this, it's bouncing back up. So we'll see how far. We'll see what happens tomorrow with the Dow, because as we see, the Dow and the NASDAQ, sometimes they move congruently, but sometimes they don't. The Dow was down 200 points, and the NASDAQ was up 100. Caterpillar is a Dow stock.
Right, yep.
You know what I'm saying? So when other things are green, if the Dow is down, 9 times out of 10, Caterpillar is down too. So Monday is going to be an interesting day for the Dow and for the NASDAQ. It's going to give us direction on what is to come for the week, because now you got existing home sales. Is existing or new home sales? One of the two. One is Monday, one is Tuesday. So
you said new.
New. So new home sales are going to be Monday. You know what I'm saying? That should be positive. That should be positive news for the market. You know what I'm saying?
Which would affect which affect that NRZ, right?
Of course, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? You should see it should be a nice gain in that. So on Monday and on Tuesday. So you got new home on Monday and you got existing on Tuesday. And then you got GDP on Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday should be a nice little lick.
Yeah. Hey Keith, are you in NRZ? Are you in NRZ?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
So, and then what you look at, hold on, let me see something. I can't pull it up over here. Look, the head is killing me. Take a headache. But so that's how you look at that support and resistance on a caterpillar. It can and that applies. That's applicable to every underlying. You know what I'm saying? That same way how we looked at it. You look to the left. You figured out what was your support and your resistance, and then you start looking at your other indicators. You know what I'm saying? Look at your Bollinger Band. See where it's trading in the Bollinger Band. But you also see where it's been. You know what I'm saying? And because stocks have memory, they go back to the same areas.
Right.
No matter what the news, they go back to the same areas.
All right, so check it out, Kenny. So now we've done a technical analysis on CAT, right? Because we talked the other day, it's like two things you want to do. You want to do a fundamental analysis and a technical analysis. Right here, we've done the technical. Now, could we do a fundamental analysis? And now we've done all of this. We have an idea, and then we go do a fundamentals to see what the balance sheets are and all that stuff.
That's so when you start looking at the fundamentals, right? So let's do this. One, you're gonna come out of this, and you're gonna go into. Let's go to the website. We're going to the website. The easiest way, several ways. Easiest could be this way right here, right? You can go right to analyst ratings, right? On your bar chart. And they will give you, because this is, I tell you, don't make it harder than what it is, right? Don't make this to be rocket science when it's not.
Where did you go to get that? Where did you go to pull that up? I missed it.
On bar chart and analyst rating on the bottom of the right?
All right, analyst rating, got you. All right.
The analysts are already paid to do this. This is what they get paid to do.
Yeah.
You think that you're going to be smarter than the analysts. We ain't.
Nope. Right.
They do this on a regular basis. They've already rated this as a 3.6 out of 5, right? More than half, but it's a 3.6. So it's a moderate buy. Basically, be careful, but it's still a good company, right? Take it a step further. You look at the financials. You go to the income statement, right? You start looking at what they did quarter over quarter. Sales, cost of goods, operating expenses, all of that to get your net income, and to look at, well, you can put the EBITDA, but that's a whole different thing that I don't even be dealing with. And that's your earnings before interest, taxes, and amortization and depreciation, right? We ain't got to worry about that.
Right.
We're going to look at the quarterly, because the annual, we don't want the annual. We want the quarterly, because the quarterly gives us a better idea of what they do every 90 days, right? Net income, and that's on your income statement. So they made 780. Okay, let's go to the balance sheet. Let's look at current assets and current liabilities. That tells you how much money this company has, right? Total assets, 78.3 million. This is the really big number, the big way to look at it. Total liabilities, 62.9 million. You minus the 78 from the 62. We're looking at roughly $15.8 million in cash that they're sitting on, right? Quarter over quarter, because we're looking at the quarterly report, right? So what's that telling me? This company is profitable. That's their fundamental. That's how you read a balance sheet. You minus the current liabilities. You minus the current assets from your current liabilities. And if your assets is higher than your liabilities, that means you're making money. That's the quick, simple, fast way of understanding fundamentals of a company. And then you look at what is the product that they sell. Caterpillar makes equipment, right? And they're into leasing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the bulk of their business. Is that going to be profitable the next 90 days, the next 180 days, the next year? Of course it is. There'll always be farming equipment, industrial equipment, all
construction, mining.
what I'm saying? We're already in an infrastructure phase where we're trying to build infrastructure. They're going to have money coming. They've already got money allocated to them. You know what I'm saying?
From the government, coming straight from the government.
From the government, not even from the private sector. From the public sector, they already got that. Billions, you know what I'm saying, because of the infrastructure initiative that's going on.
Yeah.
So always look at your current assets over your total assets over your total liabilities.
Yep. And you so at this point, so that's it. At this point, you've done your basically your you have enough. Maybe do you think at this point do you think you have enough information to make a sound decision on whether or not you would get in the cat? If
well,
you're not,
you got enough information to give you insight to the company. Okay, does it make money? Yes. But when is a good time to get in to buy the stock or the option? That's the other question, right?
Right.
Because we're waiting for our entry point. So now looking at the chart, we say, okay, well, we see where support levels are at 226. If it breaks through, if it doesn't hold at 226, then the next level of support is 211. But if I go in my bar chart, right? So we go to the trader's cheat sheet. Let's see what they say. I know what I did. Let me see what they say.
Let me throw caution into the wind though, just so y'all understand. So when Biden got the stimulus package passed, y'all did see on the news and on outlets and Bloomberg News and MSNBC that now the Republicans are going to make it hard as hell for him to pass his things that he wanted to. Infrastructure. So just be aware of that.
Yeah. And that's fair. That's fair. Again, I don't want to get into a political conversation, but the Republicans, that's the one that they will definitely die on that hill because those are jobs. You know what I mean? And those folks gonna be like, and a lot of their supporters. So I think infrastructure will probably go through, but I do think that's a fair point to bring up, Keith.
Right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, Kenny. So what does bar chart say about the?
So bar chart tells us, and their support is a lot tighter than what mine is. Mine is kind of like a little bigger, but the first resistance is at 228, right? Mm-hmm. And their support is at 223. Stock close at 225. So they're looking at 228 as their level of support. So let's go to this chart. So 228 and 223, right? So let's look at what it looked like on the chart. Let me change my tool. I'm gonna put in this tool. So 223, right? Which is about here. Give or take. 223. Let's make this a little tighter. Oops. I didn't want to go like that. I don't like it long like that. Let's make this. Let's make this.
Well, I'm acting like a country boy today, y'all. My country boy coming out. I'm just here watching NASCAR.
In Atlanta, the Pepsi 400.
Yeah. No. It's the it used to be Pepsi. It's just Tubi now.
Oh, okay. Because I know one of my employees. He from St. Croix, and that's all he watches: NASCAR and cricket. And he told me, "Yeah, I'm watching the qualifications for the Pepsi for the race in Atlanta." I said, "That's a Pepsi." He said, "I think it used to be. Dude, 74 years old. I think it used to be called Pepsi."
Right. Yeah. I think it might have been, but I think it's called the Tubi now.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to watch NASCAR all the time as a kid, man. I mean, like, I guess it was being from the South. That's what we did.
I watched Formula One and kart back in the day.
Right. Yep.
So this is where they got your first level of resistance and your first level of support, right? Like I said, it's a lot tighter than where I would have put it, but mine is just a little bit wider because I see the stock moving, you know, in a wider range. But they do this like this because they look at, I don't know, whatever factors they look at, which I really don't know. But this is their first level of resistance.
Right. 228.
First level of support. Now, you see that support has been consistent around from here, here. It broke through here, right? And that's, now mind you, these were your levels. I see how they got these. I see how they got the 223. It broke through right here, and where it stopped was at 229. So I understand I'm having that 228 or whatever, because it went back, it dropped, went below, came back up, dropped, came back up. It kind of hovered, give or take a 0.50 cent or two, around this 228 mark. So they look at that as the 228 and your 223. If it breaks through this 223, look for it to go to 217. But on the bar chart, your second level of support was 220, right? So if it breaks this level right here, 223,
look for 220.
220 is the next level of support, right? Yep. And then it's saying if it breaks the 220, then it can go to 217. See, I went straight to 217 from the 220, the 223 to 217. They had 223, 220, 217. Those are their three levels of support. So you can look at buyers coming in at any point from 223, 220
to 217.
217. Same thing on the upside, right? They got the upside is at 228, right? That's the first level of resistance. Your second level of resistance is 231, right? Which is about here. About here. So that's from this point here. Right, that's your 231. The third level of resistance is 234. I already had 234 from my previous plot. So that point right there. So that's your three levels of resistance onto the upside.
Right.
So if it breaks, if it holds here and pushes up, they're hoping it's going to hold up to this 228. If it breaks 228, then it's going to hit the 231.
Right. Yep.
If it breaks the 231, then it's going to touch the 234.
Right.
So that's how you.
So in an ideal world, like, you know, if establish a new support of 217, right? If you're rocking with bar charts, what they're saying, and then hit the 234 resistance, then that would be awesome. You know what I'm saying? If your entry point was 217, and then you know what I'm saying, if you play the charts that way, and
that'd be great if you could catch 217 and it holds here and bounces to the 234.
That's what I'm saying.
7-point move. You know
ain't no guarantees that should have ever happened, but I'm just, you know.
Well, that's what was. So what happens is, this is looking at it now. Mind you, every chart is different, gives you different information. This is a daily chart. As I'm looking at it intraday during the day, I'm going to go to the hourly chart, right? Because the hourly chart shows you what's going on by the hour. And then if I really want to understand what the hell is going on during the day, I'm gonna go to my 15-minute, my 8-minute, or my 1-minute chart. Because this is telling me what's going on every hour, right? And I'm seeing what happened in after hours. Because look what happened in after hours. Because your daily doesn't show you this. The daily just shows you what it did for the day. The lower the time frequency, it starts showing you more what happens in post-market and pre-market activity, right? This is the gray area. This is when the market closed. The market closed right here, right? Because we see it was a down day. But look what happened. It held fast and it started coming up in after hour market activity. So it may be bouncing back off of this already when it opens up on Monday, right? It should open up higher than 225 if this holds true. But we won't know that till about 7 o'clock in the morning, right? 7 o'clock in the morning is when pre-market activity starts going on. And then we can see how it holds up until 9:30. You know what I'm saying? But right now, it's at, what is this at? It closed at 225.80. So it's already up, what's that? 51 cents from the close. And then we'll see what happens in pre-market up until 9:30 when the market opens to the public.
And the volume is high too, right? Go back, look at the volume on the volume with the RIS, R8, whatever.
What? See, I don't look at the RSI on lower frequencies like that. How I look at it is, I mean, it tells you the volume what it did for this time frame, and this is at 4 o'clock.
That was a lot of volume, though. I guess that was right.
There's a lot of for it to come in and push it up to the upside.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So now we just got to just say, okay, well, will it hold now? Because mind you, this was the support level 226, so it's at a 225. It's around it. Hopefully, it holds, and we'll see what happens. If buyers are gonna come in, or if sellers are going to push it up. Because still, from the bigger chart, what did I say? I said there was still downward pressure, right? So, and look at this, this RSI is saying it's oversold, but the MACD is telling me that it's downward pressure, and directional movement is telling me it's downward pressure. At the time that it was flat, right here. So, something just happened. Oh, they got kicked off for some reason. But yeah, that
Julio.
Right,
yeah. Yo.
Hey, Fulio. Kenny.
Yeah.
Ken. Yeah, you gotta clear that your washroom out. Whenever you get a chance, let me know. I'll come by.
Yeah, he need to go in there and do that shit.
Yeah.
I need to I'm gonna take that stuff out. I'll probably do it tomorrow.
Okay.
I hit Jacoby earlier. He ain't hit me back. I want to meet with him.
Okay.
So I could talk to him about that basement. But yeah, that's how you look at the resistance and support on your bar chart. You know what I'm saying? Gives you good information, and you can use it because their lines are a lot tighter than my support and resistance lines. I look at more of a bigger move, and they look at more shorter moves. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You see where there's how they mark their support or their resistance, because you see on the chart, you see where the sellers and the buyers were beefing or what they were arguing at. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be right here at this line or at this line right here, you know what I'm saying? And so forth and so on. So those help you get an idea of entries and exit points, and buy on the low, sell on the high. But sometimes you can't, just by looking at a Bollinger Band, you're not gonna know what the high is, because it can keep going up. Even when the RSI is at the overbought, you know what I'm saying? It may sit up here for a while in this area. Anything over this line right here is overbought. So it may sit on for a while until it starts going back down through it. So that's the thing. So when you're looking at the RSI, right? So right now, even though it's down here at the oversold, not really until it goes up towards. Oh, I made this bigger. Hold on.
Oh, snap.
So not until it goes up through this line. Y'all watch that Wisconsin Baylor game?
Nah, I'm watching NASCAR.
Oh,
Kurt Busch just crashed.
When it goes up past this line, that's when it starts going into an even kill or overboard territory.
Right.
So when it comes down into it, it's still oversold, but it's still the pressure's still gonna be going down. So you see how now it's just hovering below that line. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Below this 20 level, it's still hovering below it, and it's still oversold, and people are still selling, and it's still going down. It's just
wow. Yeah.
You know, it's just the RSI is good for direction and to let you know if too many people have sold or bought the stock. You know, and then you can look at it as it goes up and down, but you want to use all the indicators together because it may not give you the information that you're looking for directly. That's why it's always good to use more than one. Like some people be on that on the Fibonacci, right? And the Fibonacci just tells you retracement levels. So I'm gonna show you an idea of the Fibonacci. Let's go to the daily chart of Caterpillar, and I'm gonna show you something real quick. Oops, I didn't want to do that.
Is cat or deer or any of those? I could look it up myself, or just asking off the top of my head. Are they a part of ARK?
No.
Okay, all right. But her ARKW is that what sector is that?
What's that? New generation.
New generation. Right. F is financials.
F is financials.
K is innovation.
K is innovation. One of them is internet services.
Is that G?
That might be G. Someone remove these real quick. Let me show you something.
G did this thing on Friday.
Genomic.
Right. Genome. Right. That's G. That did this thing on Friday, right, Keith?
Yeah.
Yeah. G did well.
W was web.
Was it W? Was it what? Was it W? Oh, W is web. That's the internet.
Yeah. Right. Internet things.
Right.
So hold on. Let me remove this. I start from here and go down. All right. So this is the retracement Fibonacci's. So Fibonacci's basically tell you how a stock retraces when it's going down. And a lot of times it gives you standardized points of retracement. Where you got your 78.6, you got your 61.8, you got your 50%, you got your 32, your 23.6, and then you got 0. And it's some more above this 100. But right now the stock is going down. So typically the stock will go down to 68%, right? But on this, we see that Caterpillar has went past the 61 and is hitting 50% retracement from the point of its lowest point here at 208 to its highest point of 237, which is what almost 29 point movement, right? So it's almost lost about half of that 29-point move.
Mm-hmm.
And that just shows you the percentage of retracement from a low point to a high point. So we know from this low to this high, on that run it just did, that was 29 points, right? And some change. But now you lost damn near half of that. You lost about maybe 40, 46, 45% of that just in 2 days. And that's what the Fibonacci does. It shows you your retracements to the upside and to the downside. So if I wanted to do it the opposite direction on upward momentum, then I would start from here and then go up. But if I'm doing downward momentum, I would start from the top and trace it down. That makes sense? When you're plotting?
Fibonacci.
So Fibonacci, I don't use them a lot. I don't use them at all, to be honest with you. But it's good to understand them. Understand the retracement percentages that are like standardized percentage retracements. So your 78.6, your 61.8, your 50%, your 32. So if it goes like anything with support and resistance, if it goes through one, it's going to the other. You know what I'm saying? So now it went through the 61.8 and it damn near touched the 50% retracement.
Right. Yeah.
Now we'll see what happens Monday if it hovers around the 50 and hits the 50, or goes through and on its way to 38.2% from the high. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see.
No doubt.
But you do that for every, like I said, any stock that we interested in, you could do this whole breakdown of what we just went over. And it's going to give you better insight into the stock. You want to learn the stock so you know what moves it. And this is the thing. Understand what was the information that made it go to the downside. Something made it go. There's a reason sellers ain't just wake up on the wrong side of the bed and talking about, oh, we selling today. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Something made it go. Always look for the news or the catalyst that pushed it down. Because guess what? When it come back again, you know how to play it.
Yo, Kenny, I'm telling you, it was none out there that I know why I would have suggested why Cat would have went up, but I ain't see nothing about why it went down. I'm almost thinking that it's some conspiracy that these dudes get together, push the stock down because they can get it low, knowing that it's about to rocket. That's the only thing I can think of.
And but you got to think, that's a possibility too, because look at the run. Look at the run it had from March the 4th up until Friday. You talking about 2 weeks.
Yep, it killed it.
Yeah, I've been looking at them too.
2 weeks. In 2 weeks. It went, and this is a big, understand this, right? You're talking about a stock that is a Dow component.
Uh-huh.
There are millions of shares traded on a daily basis. And so many people own the stock. They just have it in a portfolio because guess what? It's a Dow component. It pays a dividend. It pays a high dividend. So they pay you to own the stock.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People have thousands, hundreds of thousands of shares of Caterpillar, not looking to sell or gain or for the price to appreciate, but for them to get their dividend check.
Yep.
When you have amassed large amounts of money and you're like, you know what? I don't want to play the market no more. I want something safe I can get a dividend off of without having to look at it every day, twice a week or whatever. Let me go buy some of these dividends. And now these companies are going to pay you to own the stock. So let's say you got a couple of M's and you say, you know what? Who's paying a high dividend this year? Okay. Oh, Caterpillar's paying $8 a share. So for every share I own, they're going to pay me $8. If I get 10,000 shares and they're gonna pay me $8 a share, that's 80,000 I can make just by owning the share.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to have money to buy the shares to make the 80,000. But I'm just saying. but you got other and granted, Caterpillar ain't no cheap stock. You know what I'm saying? It's $225 for one. You know what I'm saying? So you get an $8 discount over if you keep the stock for a certain amount of time.
It's still an 8% return on your investment, though.
It's a 4% return. You know what I'm saying?
If the dividend's paying $8?
Yeah, because it's a $225 stock. If it was around $100 stock,
$100 you'll be eight.
Right, I got you.
So it's double that. So you got to cut it in half. But still in all, it's if you're gonna own some shit, you want to own something that's gonna pay you. You got some people, that's what they do. They just want to buy stock to own and get a dividend check. You know what I'm saying? AT&T, shit, Verizon. A lot of these companies, utility companies, they pay dividend checks. You know what I'm saying? That's another strategy that you could do. Once you've amassed a large sum of money, and you say, you know what? I don't want to trade no more. I don't want to buy options. I don't want to do quadruple witching. I don't want to do that no more. I just want to sit back and scratch my nuts every day. You know what I'm saying? Buy you some dividends, and you can do that. And guess what? Every quarter or annually, depending on how they pay out, they send you a check. Thank you, Mr. Ridley. Thank you, Mr. Spellman. Here's your check for $50,000 for the quarter.
Thank you.
That's a beautiful thing when you could own stock and get checks looking like that.
No question. I wonder how do they like when they get stuff like that, they get those dividend checks. You got to pay capital gains on that, right?
Yep.
Shit. Motherfuckers always got an end to get your.
They ain't gonna let you just get no money, bro.
Damn.
They ain't gonna just give you that. You text the wrong person, Spellman.
What I do?
Talking about Cash App Caden to get the food.
Oh yeah, I went to tell that to my wife. What is it? My daughter's at work. They work at a grocery store.
Yeah, you were telling us. You both work there?
Yeah, they actually work together the same shift today.
Okay.
So I was sending it to Kaden and Peter to send them the Cash App them.
Yeah.
To get the food order at the grocery store.
That's right.
Way to get the own enough stock where you can get some dividend checks, man. Listen.
Yeah, man.
That is definitely the wave. But you can I mean that's something when you like, I don't want to do nothing no more. I'm tired of using brain power. I just want to go ahead and buy this AT&T stock or whatever company, and then you can Google dividend aristocrats, right?
Yeah.
And they'll show you the top companies over the last 25 years that pay the highest dividends. Or you could put in dividend aristocrats or dividend kings.
Okay.
They'll show you a list of which companies that you can buy that are going to pay you a dividend. And this is the thing, you can have that dividend, what they call a drip. You can have that dividend reinvested back into the stock to buy more shares to make more money.
Right.
So, keep the money, just put it back in the kitty.
Just put it back in and give you more shares to give you a bigger dividend check the next quarter. Because if they pay you $8,000 a year, they break it down over 4 quarters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're gonna get $2 on the first quarter, $2 on the second, so forth and so on. So, but like this week, I'm hoping this is the turning point for all of this downward pressure that we've been experiencing.
Yeah, it'd be nice because especially now I'm making money and I start bringing that money on that end of it, boy. That'd be a beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why you can look at the good thing about going over this segment is that we fresh to looking at some of the positions that we was in.
Yeah,
the ones that we want to get in and try to analyze what's a good point of entry.
Right.
Knowing what's coming up or what the next cycle is.
Yeah.
Like I said, from the end of March to damn near June, we should have a nice run. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
See like a little pullback in July, but after July, August is a nice run.
Yeah.
Right.
Shit, the end of July through the month of August before Labor Day is a nice run.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got Labor Day. You won't get a correction on Labor Day. You know what I'm saying? So
all the way to October, right? So November it goes
from
back up over.
From the beginning of Labor Day through the end of October is a
right.
very volatile time in the market.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can do what they call channel trading, and that's if it's trading sideways, identify that support and resistance, sell at the resistance, buy the support. So, and they may do that multiple times during that 2-month phase. You know what I'm saying? People do that. That's another way of trading. Once you've identified what the support and resistance is, okay, bam, when it go back down, I'm gonna buy some more at the support. I know it's gonna go back up 10, 20, 10, 15 points. I'm gonna sell it, wait for it to drop back down, buy it back. You know what I'm saying? And then towards around the end of October, after they get past mid-October, they kind of look at it like, okay, we're kind of like in it, because the big crash came in 87 was in October.
Yep,
so that was always been a careful time in the market. So,
well, the Great Depression was October the 29th,
right.
1929. So I mean,
29, that's right.
So they look at October as a very scary month for a lot of people. And that's when
part of the superstition too, though.
A lot of it is. But this is the thing: you hedge your positions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if let me get maybe a 1-month expiration each month on my biggest position. Let me hedge that, right? Because if I don't want to keep buying and selling out of that, well, guess what? I could do a short-term swing trade, and when it goes down, I'll make some money then because I'm gonna buy it at the money, right? So automatically, once it starts going down, I'm making money out the gate. You know what I'm saying? And then once again, you ain't got to buy and sell your position, but you can just hedge it by buying and sell a put. Because now you got
October is put season. October is put season.
Shit, September is put season.
September's put season. Right. That's when it starts.
Mm-hmm. It starts in September, but then it also starts in July, the end of June, beginning of July. Around them holidays is when people sell off and get their money to go vacation and shit like that. So you get,
buy Gucci shirts and shit like that.
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm trying to get my Gucci shirt money up right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my Balenciagas 27 and a half months. I got to be ready.
So this motherfucker, they want $1,200 for that shirt. I said, they can get it, but I'm going to take it out the market. I can't go into my money and get it to them. I'm going to take it out the market's money. I'm going to get it from the market. The market is going to give me my money. At one thing, and I looked at it always as a way to move, to buy an asset for every liability that you want. So for anything that you want, figure out an asset that's going to pay for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you flipping houses or flipping cars, let's figure out an asset that's going to pay for them once.
Yep. I want to put about 10 grand in my backyard. Gotta flip something.
Listen. Get it from somebody. Get it from the market.
Yeah, well, I mean, I ain't there yet. I ain't there yet.
But I'm gonna tell you,
eventually,
it ain't hard to get 10 grand out the market. But you're not gonna get it doing $200.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Right.
You gotta put something in there.
You gotta put you gotta work with a little bit. Work with a little bit.
Yeah.
My little $40 options.
Right. That ain't gonna...
That's my practice money though. Hey man, I'm telling you that NRZ, it has keep if you get a chance to go look at NR. Me and Ken looked at the other day.
Yeah, I got it up right now. I'm just looking up
it might be the least. It might be the least volatile stock there is. It's just
I had it on my screen from when we talked about it before. I had it up on my screen. I just typed over it. I typed in MODV.
But it's been moving like real quietly. Like look at even in this chart right here, right? See, I thought it was going to drop. I seen this dip right here, and I thought it was going to pull back, right?
Yeah.
So I was waiting for it to drop back down. It never did. It just took off. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It'll come down every once in a while, but like the range between its highs and its lows or whatever, it's been pretty good. I think I said the other day, man, it goes up somewhere around 10 cents, 10 to 15 cents a day.
Pretty close.
Nothing crazy. If it goes down, it only goes down by about 10 cents. You know what I mean? 10 to 15 cents or whatever. But it's had a lot more good days than bad days.
Let me look at
I went from out of the money to in the money. I bought that option out of the money.
Which one?
The money.
Which one?
And I got it at the $11 strike.
What's the expiration?
April 16th. And so at this current pace, it'll probably hit the next strike point at $12.
So if you're at $11, strike is at $11. It's a good strike. That's a good strike because your next, if it go up $1, right? Be clear. If it go up $1, that's like a 200% return, 240% return, right? If it go up $1.
Yep.
So, and if it go up $2, that's like another 300. So you can get a 500% return in a $2 move. Damn it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's great.
It was strong. It was.
You mess around and get it this week.
You think? I might be able to get the 12 this week. I think it all depends on what happens Monday and Tuesday.
Hey, that thing could go from 11 to 13. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah. If it get to 13, closing my position. I ain't even gonna play around. I'm not even gonna see if it's gonna get to the next strike. I'm out.
Nah, but you got a nice little. You got to think if your expiration is April, so you got literally you have a little under a month, right? April is when most of your stocks. So look at this. Understand the cycle. April is when it's earnings season.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So these companies are going to be reporting a lot of earnings and sometimes other news and in the same industries can you're joined up. So you fuck around, go to 14.
I don't know if I want to play that game, but it does. I guess right. If it gets to 13, and I see it coming back and hoping that it gets to 14. If it starts coming back down to 12, I just close my position. I'm still good.
So, but look at the open interest and the volume. Look what happened on Friday. And you know what that's for? All that is for this week. All that is because of this week coming up with new home sales, existing home sales, and GDP. They're playing that news.
The open interest on this, what was it?
2,800 was on Friday.
Right.
You already have 5,700. 1,900 on the 11 strike. It was already 6,500 in the open interest. The volume was 1,900. They're playing Monday and Tuesday, and possibly Wednesday. I may have to buy this again. I might have to buy it back tomorrow.
It's been real consistent, man. Like it was a perfect stock to play around. All the other, Cat, I made a mistake. I should have kept Cat because I would have made some money on Cat.
Right.
But I picked the wrong expiration date, thinking it was May and it was March. But this NRZ, it's been a good one to watch and learn.
It's pretty. It's a storage place.
The chart. Who's that? Kim talking?
For a storage building?
Nah, that's
Crystal.
Crystal.
Do I know Crystal, y'all?
I don't think. No, you don't know Crystal.
Oh yeah, I would have bet y'all $100 that y'all didn't think I knew Shimona.
Hey, but look at
crazy.
But look at the. Well, I knew you knew Shimona. But look at the next month expiration. Look at May's expiration and the volume and the open interest.
Mm-hmm.
You got 10,000 at the $10 strike, and another and 1,700 on Friday.
It's a lot of open. It's a lot of interest, right?
That's a lot of people buying into that, into a stock that nobody know about.
Mm-hmm.
And they're playing it specifically for this week.
Mm-hmm.
New home sales, existing home sales.
So I wonder how this whole COVID thing is going to affect that, because when all this government support and all the rent, keeping people in their house, when all that ends, a lot of people might be losing their cribs. I wonder how does that play into the housing numbers? It's just a question. We probably
I might if I didn't catch this, I was sleeping. I could have bought 200 contracts on that 13 strike us April 16th.
Mm-hmm. And what's the strike price? 4 cents?
4 cents.
You still can.
I know. I might do it tomorrow morning.
Yeah. So that's the same. Is that what I paid for mine? No, yeah, mine was 42. I got mine at 42 cents.
No, yours was cheaper than that. Was it 42?
It was 42. Yep. 42 cents. So yeah. So right, because so 100 at a 4. What's that? $40? No, $40? $4.
No, 400.
400. Right.
But I have 100 contracts. But look at that.
Right.
It's that it 4 cents would be worth 3 cents, right? That it's a gamble, but it would be worth 3 cents. But imagine if it went up. If it go up $2 to 37 cents.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a, let me see, 4, 8, 12, 16, 24, 28, 30, 36. That would be an 800% return, yo.
on $400?
Yep. If it go up $2, it's an 800%. It's an 800% return.
Mean.
Now the question is, are all the fundamentals in place?
Let me see what that will be worth. I need to see what that's going to be worth.
I'm gonna need a commission on that too. I need a commission on that, Kenny.
37. How you be commissioned when I put you onto it?
I don't remember that. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, Kenny. I don't remember you ever saying anything about that.
So I can turn a $400 investment into $3,700.
Right. There's your shirt. There's your Gucci shirt and a belt.
I got belts. I got enough belts. But that's definitely my shirt.
You get your, I don't know, a scarf, a cardigan.
It's a shirt. It's a polo shirt. It costs $1,100. And then I still got money to take my principal out and put the rest of it into another contract on something that I like for long term.
What the fuck did Gucci do to a shirt to make it $1,200? I don't know.
Huh?
I'm trying to figure out what did Gucci do to that shirt to make it a polo shirt $1,200. What they do to it?
Because it got Gucci on it. That's all.
Yep. No, that's all.
And I'm a label whore.
Right. No doubt. Hey, you embrace it. That make it all right.
I embrace it. I embrace my desires.
Yep, ain't nothing wrong with that. So yeah,
So that's a play. That could be a possible
I'm
play.
thinking about upping mine now, and I can do that, right, Kenny?
Because the only thing I look at it, what is my loss factor, right? If it doesn't do anything, I'll lose $400. But if it does what I say it's going to do, I can make 3,300.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's look at the chart, right? So if I go to the chart, because that 3,300, I could turn that 3,300 into 30,000. Let me see something. And like I said, look at the chart. It's a nice, steady chart.
Yep.
Ain't nothing crazy. Ain't nothing, no
Good thing about too, it's not an expensive play either. Because I got
and it's cheap. Like this is a company that can go to $30. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
What does bar chart say? What does bar chart have as its target?
Let's look. Let's look. Because I think
you like I did that, right, Kenny? Let's see what the analysts say.
I see how you
what the analysts say.
You learning. That's how
my wife told me I had 2 hours.
Huh?
My wife, she already told me that I'm not gonna be on this thing for 3 hours today.
Wow.
Oh, we could be on here all day.
Yeah.
The boom. Look at that. First point of resistance is at 1126. It's at 11-1 right now, right? So these are the levels of resistance that we're looking at. Support is at 1084. Second level of support is at 1062. So we go to what the analyst rating is. Look at that. Look at that.
Yep.
4.6. Target
strong
price.
buy.
Look at the target price.
What is it?
1250.
1250.
1250. Yep.
So hold on. So then you go to look at the opinion, the bar chart opinion. 100% buy.
Yep.
20-day moving average buy. On your MACD. On your medium, this is on your short term, all buys. On your midterm, all buys. On your long term, all buys. Just start playing with me, boy.
You got a lot of yeah, I mean that's what in their contracts they have out to
look at it, says look at that chart right. Look at that chart right there in the bar chart, yo. Look at this chart. That's a nice little incline, man.
That's an incline.
It ain't nothing crazy, nice and steady.
You looking at the August contract, or are you looking at May?
No, I'm
looking at April.
I'm looking at April.
April 16th.
I'm looking at it was April and May. I looked at April and May. Now April and May, I looked at the April 13, right?
Yeah.
Strike 13, and then I looked at the May. Now May was more expensive.
Yep.
I look at the May 12.
And you think it's
be clear. You can still get I can still look at the April
May
11. No, April 12. April 12, because see the 11, the spread got too wide for me. It's 7 cents.
Yeah.
Right? If I go with the 13 or if I go with a strike price of 12 or 13, the spread is 3 on the 12, and it's only 1 cent.
1 cent on the 13.
But if I can go, like I said, if I can get a $2 move on the April within 3 weeks for the April.
So 16th. Is that spread good? Is that a good spread? 3-1. That's a good spread because they're close, right? Or do you want a bigger spread?
They're close.
Nah, you want the closest spread as you can get.
If I get a $2 move in 2 weeks on the strike price 13, the April 16th, 13th call, that's an 800% increase. Look at that. If I can get the 37 cents off of paying 3 cents, that's why I said you get 100 contracts at 4 cents. That's 400. That same 100 contracts sold at 37 cents. You know what I'm saying? It's 3,700. And
So you could,
and
you can put the order in right now. You can put the order in right now, right? It wouldn't matter, right?
Yeah, I could put the order in, but it won't get filled till 9:30. But
Right.
that's if I was to sell it at the bid. I'm gonna put it in for the mark. The difference between that is another 3 cents. So that's 40 cents or 40 like 40 and 5/10, 5/100ths. You know what I'm saying? So 40.5 cents. So that's really, I could make 4,000.
So what you mean you put in the mark? What do you mean?
Whenever I sell, I always use the mark as my sell target. So like the mark is the middle point of the spread between your bid and your ask, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the bid is 37 cents right here, and your ask is 44. So that's a 7-cent spread, right? The mark is the middle. So whatever 3.5 cents is from the bid, or add to the bid or subtract from the ask, that is your mark. So when you sell it, when you put it in your closing order, it's going to ask you on your limit price. If you put a limit order, you can close it out. You can sell it. You can put the limit order for whatever. But to kind of get it filled quick, you could put it at the mark. So the mark will give you the middle price between the bid and the ask.
And that's a strike. The 11. That's 11 strike, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's on that one, but I'm buying the 13 strike.
That's what I was just looking at, the 13, $465.
Worst case scenario, what am I gonna lose? $400?
Yeah, 465.
Shit, nigga, I lost 27,000 on Thursday.
Right.
What the fuck is 400? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, and I can make it pay for a one. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Instead of me going out my pocket and pay it, I could take the money out the market.
100 contracts. That'd be my first hundo contract. This may be the one to do it.
Hey, but that's how you think that's how I did it with Vail.
Yeah.
It was cheap like that. I bought 100 contracts of Vail. Now for every dollar Vail goes up, I'm gonna make 9,200.
Right.
That's why I said I'm gonna chill with it right now. It's at a flat zone right now. It's hovering around $17, $18. I'm still up. Shit, what, 7,000 in it? So I'm like, I'm gonna just chill because I know this motherfucker about to take off. Because once things get back some type of normalcy, this electric vehicle market start taking off. All this iron ore, people gonna want to, but they gonna need it for them EV batteries. You know, y'all was looking at that e-tron, that Audi joint. That shit is kind of hot, yo.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
What is that? What's that?
Audi has an electric vehicle called the e-tron.
Two of them. We have two of them.
You know, Keith is the manager for Audi.
Yeah. So
that joint is crazy.
Yeah. Stupid.
Of a dealership, Keith?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Ship me something down.
He'll get you a Audi t-shirt.
Word? My wife likes Audi. My wifey likes Audi. She wants a convertible.
Yeah, no, we have one. I got it.
The Q8. She got that Q8 truck. That motherfucker is a beast.
Yeah.
So one of my friends, Kenny, you know Candace, my girl Candace. So Candace was in a car accident like 2 weeks ago. She got flipped. So she drives a Range Rover, but her Range was in the shop, so they gave her an Audi to drive. Yo, it flipped 3 times. She walked away with not a scratch on her.
Safe vehicle.
Nothing.
Safe vehicle.
Flipped.
I mean, she was like nothing. She's like, I ain't even got a bruise. She said the only thing is, I mean, her wrist hurt because she said she was holding on to the steering wheel so tight that she sprained her wrist.
That's where you when you turn it over, let it go. That's when you let it go.
So it was. She never even. Somebody had to tell her what happened. She's driving on 85 on her way to Greensboro to see her pops. A car loses control, it hits a Amazon van. Hits the Amazon van, overcorrects, does a 180 and is headed south in the northbound lane. So she just said she just kind of looked. She's like, "Why is this car headed towards me?" So she tries to move over to the right lane, further to the right. The car still hits her. When it hits her, it flips her.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep. So just like that, she was just like, and she was on the phone. She was on the phone talking to somebody. You know, she had the Bluetooth on, but the person, this older lady that we know, and we call her Miss Betty. She was on the phone with her, heard the entire thing.
That's
like,
crazy.
yeah. But she said she got out, no blood, no scratches, no bruises. The glass shattered, but she's like the glass didn't cut her or anything. She was.
She's real lucky.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's what the trooper told her. Like, yo, you real lucky. Like,
hey, God got her around for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
He got her for
the airbags, but it was the airbag. I mean, it's the safety of the car, the airbags. She had the seatbelt on.
You got curtain airbags. You got front airbags. You got the side airbags and a bolster. You got airbags that come from everywhere that to keep you locked in.
Yeah, that's what happened. She was it saved her life.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. So shouts out to Audi. Shouts out to Audi.
Right. Jesus. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, but you said the Range Rover, but she was in an Audi. She was in an accident with the Audi or with the Range?
The Audi.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
That's crazy right there, dog.
Yeah. Like they get nervous, they get scared when they backing out of the driveway or something. It throws the what's name on the presense because it can presense what cars are coming down from 10 feet down from either way direction. So it'll lock the seatbelts in place and jam you back, jam your head back to the headrest. But it's pre-sensing an accident. So that's what it does. It has it on the front and the back. So
that's dope, man.
People just not used to the technology to get scared.
Yo, like you gotta think all that technology in the car, like find out who does that for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All stuff like that is about to be like standard,
common, standard. Yep.
And you look at that as an investment play and figure out, okay, well, what company makes what component to this?
Right.
And just sit back and watch it start cooking.
Yeah.
That was basically me reading articles about iron ore and nickel being the number one component in electric vehicle batteries.
Right.
And then coming across the company Vale and come to find out, Vale ain't even the number one mining company in Brazil, because Brazil is where a lot of iron ore is at. It's a company called Rio Tinto, which is a New York Stock Exchange. And I was like, but I look at Rio Tinto's price, that shit was like $75, $80 a share. And I look at Vale, I'm talking about the stock price.
The underlying, right? I got you. Right.
So I look at the stock of Vale, and Vale was $17. So I'm saying to myself, if this can get to half of what the number one is, and they're saying they're a better company,
right?
Then I just
and their fundamentals were better. And their fundamentals were better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Right.
Yep. I said, well, let me just sit back and relax and just get a gang of contracts. And mind you, they don't expire until January 22.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna sit back and be like, yo, if this thing could go to $25 or $35, like I said, every dollar it goes up, you want to make $9,200.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm looking at infrastructure, genome, and electric batteries.
A company that I sold, but I'm about to buy it back, is that CRISPR.
Yeah. Yes. They were all on the news all last week. CRISPR.
Gangster. I want to own the stock.
Yeah. You want to own the stock.
And I'm gonna do stock, and I'm gonna do an option.
And options.
What's their ticker?
CRSP.
Yeah.
CRSP.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. I know that shit by heart. I made some money with them jokers.
even though the creator has come out kind of, she's having, she's for moral issues. She's having some doubts about, not doubts, but she's just having some moral concerns.
I look at
what's the underline,
which is interesting because the 310 strike. I look at the spread, which is
$2.
What's that? $3.50.
Yeah.
And then I look at the spread for the 290, which is $2. That's interesting that spread is so much further than the 290. But yeah,
That's
I mean,
way out of the money.
oh yeah,
But you're looking at January 22nd, though.
yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, oh yeah, because you got to think genome is about to pop off, man.
Mm-hmm,
All this cell gene therapy, and mind you, the biotech. So you got to think these companies move different. They may have look what it did on Friday. It went up $6 on Friday. So look at the net change. So let's look at the net change. You look at the net change, even though these were negative because they're so far out the money. But let me see what it did for something closer.
Plus, you know what? They can't have no more fucking COVID no more, man. You know what I mean? They got to figure something out.
It ain't gonna be COVID. It's this. What they're working on. Some say what they're working on. So they're working on replacing cancer cells in people.
Right. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So replacing the bad cells for good cells in cancer patients. That's the next thing that they're working on. If they come through with that shit right there, how that stock price is going to shoot through the moon.
Yep. It'll be the most valuable company in the world.
Yep.
What?
I would imagine.
What?
Yo, and she better get a top-notch security team to keep her head on a swivel.
Man, listen, you already know how it's going down. So
I'm not even sure she's with the company anymore, Keith. I just think that she was just she won the Nobel Prize and all that stuff. She did the science behind it, but I think she left it because she just morally, she's worried that she's her to kind of quote her or to summarize what she said. She's just worried about having supplied the next Hitler with the science.
Yeah.
To do, that's it. But
right.
Look at that chart, though. Look at the chart.
Let me see that.
Look at the chart. And mind you, I sold it around 200. It went to 220, right? Just imagine if you could have been in. I think I might have been in this maybe somewhere around here somewhere, right?
What was the 52-week low?
I gotta go to what's the name for that. Let me see. I gotta go to the regular site for that. CRSP.
Kid, did you send you cash out the girls the money? Caden? Send it to Caden or Sydney? Caden?
The 52-week low was $37.
Wow.
Damn. A year ago, that shit was $37 a year ago.
Wow.
$7.
Shit. I know, baby. I told Kenny that you got me on a time limit.
Tell Keita I said what's up.
Kenny said, "What up, baby?" And she said, "Hey." She said, "Hey." She said, "Hey, everybody."
But
hey,
look how it dropped, right? It hit a low right here of $100, and now it bounced back. So you can see I've been charting the hell out this damn thing, right? So let's see this right here. Now it's hitting the support of 123. Well, it's at 129 now. It bounced off the 123 and went up $6 to that 129. The next resistance on it is at 133. Tell me, and with them, this was the earnings. They had earnings on 2/16. So the actual, hold on, it just came out. What was it? The estimate was negative $1.23. The actual was negative $1.50, and that's probably why it dropped, because of it missed earnings. It didn't hit earnings. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I see nothing but this upside potential with this, man. So yeah, I'll probably be. I just want to. I need to set. You see, I got my alert on here for 138. I need to make that alert lower.
So what's that alert mean? Because that's what I wanted to go over, but I don't have time. Apparently, my wife couldn't stop it. So
yeah, she gonna cut your computer off.
That's your alert. That alert. What'd you say?
She gonna cut your computer off. She gonna blink.
On my alert, I got buy back the stock for long term.
Buy, Kenny?
Huh?
Kenny, is that to buy?
What's Dubai?
No, he says that you buy 136.
It's the alert to buy back.
Yeah, it says an alert to buy back at one. I changed it from 138 to 136.
Got you. Okay.
I just want to make sure that it's above this support or resistance of 133 before I jump back in. That way, you want to, like I said before, you want to confirm the trend. You want to make sure it's moving in the direction that we need to move. You know what I'm saying? But also look at where it's at on the Bollinger Band. See, it was at the bottom Bollinger Band. It moved up to the middle, and that's where it's hovering around the middle, right? So look at the bands, but it's overbought. So I still need to come down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all these indicators are saying that it's an uptrend.
Yeah.
It could sit at this overbought for a while, you know what I'm saying, and still go up. So, my thing is hitting these marks. That's support. That's support. I mean, this resistance, getting on a clear path to back to that 220 and beyond.
Right.
And look at what time of the year under the season when it went. This is towards November. From November. Now look at this. From November. Hold on, it's even more. Let's see when it started running up. It started running up in October. And it was even running up before that.
So June of last year.
So June of last year when it started running up. So ain't much gonna change with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What did I just do? Oh, let me do this. Yeah. Yeah, it can make some noise. We got some noise with this one.
What's the price on CRISPR again?
129.
It's at 129 now.
Yeah.
So that's.
And just think, if you can get 100-point move in that.
Yes.
See, that's how I look at it. I'm like, can it do it? Yep, sure can. Knowing where we at right now, what's going on, the science and the news and the information they have behind the stock, you look at, the management of the company, they may acquire whatever mergers or acquisitions they may come, and you start looking at the balance sheet to see how much cash they got on hand, right? How much cash do they have to maybe acquire a smaller biotech to help them with the technology or the science behind what they're trying to do? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So we already know the genome space is about to be crazy, my nigga. Like, that's what I can't think of the name of the company. Somebody just came out with something with Alzheimer's.
It might be CRISPR, because CRISPR is working on Alzheimer's stuff too.
Yeah, somebody just came out with something dealing with Alzheimer's, and I was like, yo,
if you figure out something for cancer and Alzheimer's, you shut the market down, man.
Yeah.
Or
diabetes.
Diabetes is a big one. Yep.
Yeah.
Because people have lost a lot of family, a lot of loved ones to Alzheimer's and cancer. You know what I mean? Like,
you're right.
Diabetes either, but I know about that.
Ain't no telling what other new variants of whatever other new, I'm saying, that's going to affect other organs of the body. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about preventive maintenance.
Hey, gentlemen, my wife gave me the final look.
I don't want you to get busted upside your head with a frying.
Yeah.
I ain't the smartest person in the world, but I sure as hell ain't stupid. So, all right, brother. I'll let y'all later.
All right. Later.
All right. I don't know where Fulio went.
I told you that you know that movie. Oh yeah, I was on. He was on. All right. Shot came back because I know he was driving.
Yeah, he was driving. He was on the highway. Kim was still on her Jack and Jill meeting.
Yeah, but I'm gonna check it that NRG tomorrow. I already locked it in. I took a picture of my strike, everything what I want to do.
It's a good. I think it's a good. It could be a potential good play.
It'd be my first 100 contract joint, so I gotta jump in the pool.
Like I say, everything with the market is always about timing.
Yeah,
man. Knowing what's one, you got to be able to identify a company that can benefit off of it. Then it has to be something where it's gonna move the stock price.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. It's just a whole lot of variance and marks that a company has to hit, or that you got to try to research and identify when looking at some of these things. Now I'm gonna show you this right here on bar chart, which I thought was kind of interesting. They got these screeners on here that are crazy, yo. I was on this joint for like hours the other day. I was on an ETF screener. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Top 100 ETFs. So, with us being real heavy on ARKK and ARK, look at this. Look at these are the top 100. Now, mind you, ARK is in it, but it's not even in the top 10.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And hold on, let me show you something.
Wow.
Where's it at? It was one that gave me ETF screener. It was a top one from, I did a year to date because I'm only concerned with I want to know what the performance was, but I also am more concerned by what it did from January to now. Where's it at on here? Hold on. I'm on the screen on the exchange. Let's see results. So I think let's see. Let me see what comes up. No, this wasn't it. Set filters. Hold on. Let me go back to the top 100 because it was something I did. That
copper miners. You see that was at the bottom of the screen. GX copper miners ETF plus 194.38 alpha.
Okay, here, go right here. Yeah. So I do I do it by numbers and do a reverse. So some of these don't even have options, but you see what's in there. Cannabis, number 2, right? Transformational data sharing block. I bought that on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
They were up, look at that, 68% from year to date, from January 4th to now. It's up 68%.
Wow.
And this is the stock. This ain't the option. These are stock prices.
Right.
So the stock price is up like this. You know what the option is doing, right?
For real.
And then you look at the price, and then that gives you, okay, this is a 50. The stock price is at 58. So you mean to tell me this stock went up, was a $30 stock, and now it's almost 60. It was a $25 stock. Now it's almost 60. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Imagine the move the money you could have made in that. I'm just looking at, because these are the companies of the ETFs at the end of the year. You look at the top 100. Some of these at the end of the year are going to be over 100%, 150% return. Right. You just got to get an idea of the direction of the economy and then which ETF to look at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, there's hella cannabis joints on here because cannabis was popping about a month ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why that CMBS, I've been watching that, but they don't have
options.
They have options with it. And I think there's a screener on here on one of these that you can look at optionable ETFs.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just going down a list, just like, okay, let me look at some of these. Because if you look at, and mind you, none of the ARC funds are even in this list because they're all negative.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got 3D printing, and all this is in bar chart.
Right. I just have bar charts up. I'm just got went back into think or swim.
So what I look at is like you got ARKQ, okay, robotics that was up 11%.
And this is just from January to what's the name, right? January to March.
January to March. That's up 7%. You know what I'm saying? Let me see something. Hold on. Make sure.
Okay. Some of them green across the whole damn.
So this is a part. So this column is the year to date. This is the 1 month, and this is the 3 month.
Wow.
So I just be looking at, because I want to see what type of companies are doing well. And there's a bunch of them in this Russell 2000.
Right.
And that's why I said, let's look at this Russell 2000 to see what companies, or just look at the ETF. Mm-hmm. Anything with small cap is 9 times out of 10 is in the Russell 2000. So that's what I'll be doing all day. Just be sitting in, I'm just looking for the edge.
Right.
ARKK, look at that. Minus 171. Minus 19%.
Yeah.
The 1 month. This is the 3 month. This is killing me right now. Fucking killing me.
Fuck.
ARKG, minus 2%, minus 50, negative. Bastards is killing me.
They at the bottom. Damn.
At the fucking bottom. So, excuse my French, anybody listening. But yeah, but you look at all, it's a gang of mining companies on here. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's why I said this mining about that's going to pick up. Can't tell me it's going to pick up, because all these materials, those what they call those rare earth materials, and that's shit like uranium. They need that for these defense contracts.
Right.
They need that uranium and these other rare earth minerals. Let me see something on here. I think oil is about to start, and natural gas. Those are probably about to be stagnant. Well, I don't know. Shit, gas is about to be $4 a gallon. So
gas, where they say with crude, it's like it was up there at the top of bar chart. Crude is rising.
So I mean, you know, there are other sectors that are doing well. That's what I say. I say all that to say, other sectors are opportunities as well. So
yeah, I mean, and you got another thing too with crude. You have to wonder if they're like, hey, fuck it. We know 2030 all GM cars, they want to go electric. All these other companies, Ford said they want to do it by 2032 or 33. All these other companies now saying that, so they know they're gonna miss out on a lot of money. So you know what? Let's hit these people in the head now. Let's see what we can do to pivot ourselves and get our money now and pivot ourselves into something else. Pivot into the EV space themselves, or doing solar stuff. You know, they ain't stupid. These people that own these crude companies, they know it's their end is coming. So we got to pivot to something else.
Listen, them Arabs, they know.
Yeah.
This rare earth, and that we don't. I mean, the oil that we've been mining and been so plentiful of in this part of the region, it's not going to last forever.
Right.
These brokers are what's that doing? Aramco, I think that's the name of it. Aramco, a $1 trillion company. I think it's a 10 or 20 trillion dollar company. That's what all the Arabs have their pump their oil out of. Like they all form a conglomerate. Right. And it's like a $20 trillion company, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like they know, okay, this ain't gonna be forever. So we need to rather create another use for this, or start looking at other ways to increase our money.
Yo, hold on, okay.
All right. Let me see some popular ETF. I don't want what's popular. I want what's moving.
Yeah, I'm back, yo.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the one now that said, it was funny, it said popular ETFs. I'm like, I don't care what's popular. I want what's moving. Let's make money.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if I look at 1 month, I'm looking at a 1 month change performance. That's why I love this data. I be on this shit, yo.
Yeah, for real.
I got these are the top performance leaders for 1 month. And then I could put them in order from this column here or any other column, but that's all I want to. What did they bring? What did they return in a month? And then I see which ones I have to look it up to see which ones are optionable. But that XRT, I already had that one. That's been doing decent too, but it's in retail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it just gives you an idea of what's moving so you know what sectors to keep an eye on. Even as SVAL, as iShares small cap, that's on my watch list.
Small cap. Okay.
Hey, killing me. Oh, well, what time is it?
It's on 5:40. 5:40.
See, I'm probably close today because my head is starting to hurt.
Yeah, get something, man. We about to eat anyway, so.
Yeah, I'm about to sit and lay down. And shit, I'll hit you up.
All right, yo, I'll holler at you.
All right.
All right. One.